Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy February. My name is Megan Remington. I am our Community Education Coordinator here at Coconino Community College. We have a great talk planned for you tonight, and I can tell it's a great talk because we have a great number of people registered to join us. So I'm super excited. As you may have noticed, we are fortunate to have ASL interpreters joining us tonight. So while you're watching this talk, we will have someone signing throughout. There are two different ways that you can view this. As a participant, in the upper right corner of your screen, you are able to change it to either be a side-by-side view where you'll be able to view the interpreter alongside Craig, our speaker, or if you prefer to just view the speaker, you can just click on speaker view and it'll make Craig's box bigger and more easy to pay attention to. So whichever one works best for you. The only other thing I have before we get started is that there are two different ways that you can interact with us tonight. You can either open up the chat box. You're welcome to say hello, make comments, all kinds of fun stuff. And then there's also at the bottom, you'll see a Q&A function. That's where we prefer you put questions because it allows us to monitor them, keep track of them. We will try to answer questions at the end of the webinar. So if you do ask a question, don't worry, I promise we're not ignoring you if we don't get to it right away. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and pass it along to Craig. He has a really fantastic presentation for us tonight. And we're really excited about it. Craig, thank you so much for being here and take it away.
All right, thank you, Megan. I really appreciate that. I've been excited about this for a few weeks. I got in touch with Megan, I don't know, maybe January or so. And we started discussing the possibilities of doing a class like this. And while there will be lecture to this class talking about the processes of using mind, what I like to do is more, showing you how to do this on your own. So what I'll be showing you tonight is actual processes you can take with you, put in your toolbox, and use on a regular basis. Some of these are only 5 minutes to step into these processes, reset yourself to be in a more resilient, more resourceful state, and move through life in a more resilient, and more resourceful state. So first off, my name is Craig Meriwether. I'm a hypnotherapist, and I became a hypnotherapist after being fascinated with the idea that you can give somebody a sugar pill or a saline injection or perform fake surgery even, and a certain percentage of those people, through their belief that they will be healed, will get better with a substance that has zero healing capabilities. Their body's automated healing abilities take over and create the exact chemicals within their own physiology equal to the substance that they think they're taking. And that's the placebo effect. So the question comes, is there a way to tap into the placebo effect and mobilize our inner resources for healing without having to be tricked with fake medicine or fake procedures? Now, the placebo effect proves we have the capabilities to help heal our bodies. Researchers and scientists have been proving that for over 100 years. So how does one harness the power of their own belief system? How does one harness the power of their subconscious mind without having to be faked with a sugar pill? Can you teach a person to relax the mind and body to the point where you can tap into the body's healing response and change their state of being? And this is where hypnotherapy comes in. Hypnotherapy is designed to illuminate possible patterns of belief in your subconscious mind that may be blocking you from health, joy, success, abundance in your life today. And then add positive healing suggestions to, and I don't care for this word too much, but program, like reprogram your subconscious mind for success. Add new information, new neural pathways in your brain to reach success, to reach true health, to reach your full potential. Now, through using deep therapeutic relaxation, not unlike, say, meditation, if you've ever been to a yoga class, at the end of yoga class, they'll do that deep relaxation, that savasana, that corpse pose. If you've ever been bored in high school math class and you start staring out the window, that deep relaxation. You start shutting out the external world and you start moving inward. What hypnotherapy helps do, the foundation of hypnotherapy is moving the body out of the fight or flight stress response and into the healing relaxation response. So you have your autonomic nervous system, the parasympathetic, the relaxation response, the sympathetic, the fight or flight stress response. Hypnotherapy, the foundation is deep relaxation. And by moving back into the parasympathetic relaxation response, you can tap into your innate healing abilities within your body. And hypnotherapy doesn't give you control over anything you never had control over in the first place. Hypnotherapy simply gives you a way of accessing what you always had control over and never took the time to train or learn how to do in simple and quick and easy ways. You've always had the ability to access your subconscious mind, to take responsibility for your emotions, your actions, your beliefs. And what we're going to do here tonight is show you a handful of ways in which you can take that control. Instead of falling to the default settings of your mind, of your subconscious, of your nervous system, you're going to refocus, recalibrate, and start making new programming, new neural pathways. Hypnotherapy can help activate that natural healing process. And by mobilizing your subconscious mind, your autonomic nervous system, you can start the process of healing from within. So hypnotherapy, a hypnotherapist in and of itself doesn't do the healing. It's a technique that helps you activate your own healing potential. So first off, thank you all for being here. I know there's probably 20 other places you could be right now, so I appreciate you all being live here on the class. Like I said at the very beginning, we're going to be doing these processes. You're going to want to find a nice relaxing place you can be, a comfortable chair, a recliner, a couch. You can lie back on a bed, maybe on the floor if you have a yoga mat or a futon. Now, these exercises, they're strictly for educational and self-improvement purposes only. They're not offered as a substitute for counseling or psychotherapy or psychiatric or medical treatment. And this class that we're doing here tonight does not intend to diagnose or treat any disease or illness or psychological or mental health conditions or medical ailment. This is for your own personal growth, to be able to tap into your ability to take back control. Now, I hope you can see me all right. If you can, you'll probably notice that I have a black eye. For the first time since about 5th grade, I have a shiner. If you're up here in Flagstaff with me, you know it snowed a week ago or so, and I slipped on ice. But luckily, my face broke the fall, and it doesn't look as bad as, and that was why I was like, oh no, I got this big class coming up, and now I got a big, huge black eye. Look like a Laurel and Hardy movie. Also, if you have audio trouble or video trouble with your Zoom connection, you might want to find a way, probably you'll just need to disconnect and reconnect again. There's nothing Megan or I can do about that. That's your connection between your computer or your phone and the servers at Zoom. Usually what I find is just like a cell phone or phone call, you hang up, call them back, and the connection is better. So you're going to want to be able to hear me. So if I'm cutting in and out, if my video is freezing up on you, you might want to try resetting your connect, or not resetting, but going back to the link in that email you received and just trying the connection again. So let's get to it. One of my favorite sayings about the subconscious is you don't choose between a program and no program. You choose between a conscious program and an unconscious program. And if you're not consciously working your program, you're being worked by your unconscious program. You have a tendency to fall into default settings. And if you don't take control, you're just gonna, you just settle for default and whatever the programming that has come into your subconscious mind is going to be running the show. But you can take back control. And I want to give you 2 research studies to kind of show you the efficacy of doing this kind of work and the real world results, real world health results that can result from doing these practices. This first research study, this was published in the Journal of Consulting and Clinical Psychology. Now, researchers wanted to look at how stress affected the immune system. And so they chose medical and dental students who are about to take final exams. And so they're under tremendous amounts of stress. One group just went through that stress event as they normally would without any self-care. A second group was taught self-hypnosis techniques. So doing hypnotherapy on themselves after some training, just like we're going to do tonight. Now, the researchers were looking at levels of T cells. Now, T cells are those warrior cells that go after cancer, go after viruses, go after unhealthy bacteria. Now, the group of medical and dental students who didn't do any self-care, just went through that stressful event, they showed a 24% decrease in T cell count. They lost almost 1/4% of these T cells that go after cancer, that go after viruses. The group who practice these self-hypnosis techniques, like I'm about to show you, they increased T cell count by 2%. And you would think they'd just maybe stay at base level, but they increased. And not only did they increase, they continued to increase the more they practiced, just like compounding interest. These are students at the same place, at the same time, doing the exact same thing under the same acute stress situations. One group lost 1/4% of T cells, the other group increased T cells just by taking some time during their day to do these relaxation processes. One more I want to tell you about. This is actually a couple of sentences from Harvard Medical School's mental health newsletter. You can go to harvardmedicalschool.edu and sign up for all sorts of different newsletters. This came out a couple of years ago, and it says, a quote from Harvard Medical School: "Hypnosis also helps to alleviate anxiety. It's been studied most as a treatment for anxiety related to surgery. Many studies have reported that hypnosis reduced anxiety levels and lowered blood pressure in patients before surgery, and enhanced recovery afterwards by shortening hospital stays and reducing complications like nausea and vomiting. In a 2006 study, for example, patients who underwent hypnosis received suggestions of well-being before surgery. Upon entering the operating room, they reported anxiety levels 56% lower than anxiety levels before hypnosis. Patients in the comparison group who also received the normal pre-surgical standard of care reported a 47% increase in anxiety. And what's fascinating about these studies about in hospitals before surgery is not only are patients in surgery for less time, not only are patients, do they bleed less while in surgery, but they're released from the hospital sooner. And this is going to be big bucks for the health insurance companies, because that's a savings of $5,000, $6,000 per patient. Think about just in Arizona today, how many people are getting surgery. Now, times that around the whole United States times 365, and maybe it's a savings of 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 per patient. You can see how that can increase to about hundreds of millions of dollars per year just by having a hypnotherapy session before surgery. So before we get started on our first exercise, I just wanted to tell everybody that it takes about 10 years to get a PhD in neuroscience or to become a brain surgeon. And I have about another 45, 50 minutes to do this class. So I'm not going to be able to really get super deep into how the mind works in consciousness and healing, but I do want to tell you a little bit about the mind and what we're going to be doing to kind of refocus your attention. So in creating a resourceful state of being, resourceful emotional state, or resourceful mental state, I want to talk to you about the reticular activating system. This is a bundle of nerves in your brain stem. And this bundle of nerves, this reticular activating system, filters information coming from your five senses and disperses the information into your conscious and subconscious minds where it's appropriate and needed. There's two main jobs of the reticular activating system. One is to keep you safe, so it's constantly looking for external threats. When you're driving down the road and in your peripheral vision, you see that car that you know is going to run the red light and you put on the brakes, that's your reticular activating system becoming aware of and notifying you of all the other stuff that's going on in peripheral vision. That's the thing to watch out for, because that's a threat. The other main task of the reticular activating system is to solve problems. So if you've ever thought about maybe buying a new car and you think, I think a Toyota Prius is a great car. My friend has a Toyota Prius, great gas mileage. I drive a lot. And so all of a sudden, you start seeing Priuses everywhere. Every parking lot has a Prius. Driving down the street, everybody seems to be driving a Prius. They were there yesterday. It's just now your reticular activating system is trying to solve the problem of the new car, and it's showing you Priuses everywhere. Maybe a week later, you think to yourself, I enjoy camping and backpacking and being outdoors. A four-wheel drive car makes more sense for my lifestyle. I'm going to get a Jeep. Now, all of a sudden, you see Jeeps everywhere. Everybody seems to be driving a Jeep. Those Jeeps were there yesterday. It's just now, in trying to solve the problem of the new car, your reticular activating system is showing you Jeeps. If your day has ever gone from bad to worse, you get up in the morning, you stub your toe on the edge of the bed, and by the end of the day, you're ready to punch a hole in the wall. That's because your reticular activating system is trying to show you ways that your day is just frustrating, and the anger that can result in that. It's looking at the problem of the bad day and showing you everything that's going wrong with your day. Living in this modern world of ours, I guarantee you there's great stuff happening in your day. But instead of looking for things that you can be happy about and thankful for, you're looking for things that are frustrating you, because your reticular activating system has been focused on that. So what I'm going to show you right now is how to reset your reticular activating system. You can do this anytime you like, and we're going to do an exercise right now. It's called 3, 2, 1 reset. This exercise takes about 5 minutes. It's a great one to do in the morning. You can do it in the afternoon to kind of reset yourself if you find yourself upset. You can do it as you're falling asleep at night. 3, 2, 1 reset. Now, before I get to it real quick, I just want to let you know in a few minutes, I'm in the chat room. I'm going to put some links in with the class notes, so you don't have to worry about writing this stuff down. I'm going to go through a couple exercises, and I don't want you to worry about having to remember all these exercises. You can just click on the links, grab those links at the end of class, and you'll have all the notes of all the processes we're going through here tonight. So 3, you're going to breathe in slowly, easily, and gently, because slow, easy, gentle, deep breathing is signaling your nervous system you are safe. You shallow breathe in the stress response. So when your body wants that quick intake of oxygen. So when you want to signal your nervous system, you just slow, easy, gentle, deep breathing. Breathe as deeply as you can, comfortably and safely. You want to deep breathe because this 3-pound brain of ours takes 20% of the oxygen we breathe in. The more air, the more oxygen you can put into your lungs, to the bottom of your lungs, the more fuel, the more energy, the more nutrients you can bring to your brain. Okay, so 3 slow, easy, gentle, deep breaths in. The 2, and here comes the first big mind hack. You're going to cross your arms and make an X. This is creating bilateral stimulation. That's the fancy term. What you're doing is bringing coherence to the 2 halves of your brain. So the right side of your brain controls the left side of your body, and the left side of your brain is controlling the right side of your body. By crossing, whether it's crossing your legs or crossing your arms, you start bringing a coherence, a whole brain learning. You'll see teachers like, especially in Montessori and Waldorf type education schools, you'll see them doing things like this figure 8. They'll be doing the infinity symbol with their thumbs, and they're following it with their eyes. The teacher is trying to get the kids to bring whole brain learning to mathematical language left side and the creative, colorful, musical right side. You have this binaural stimulation. You're then going to give yourself a self hug. This touch, this nurturing touch, starts the brain creating oxytocin, serotonin, and dopamine. The neurochemistry, the brain chemistry of happiness, joy, love, and deep connection. And when your brain is creating oxytocin, serotonin, and dopamine, it is not creating adrenaline and cortisol, the brain chemistry of fear and of stress. The mind and the brain, the nervous system cannot be in the parasympathetic relaxation and the sympathetic stress response at the same time. The light switch cannot be on and off at the same time. So this is the brain hack. You take control. You don't have to resort or move into your default settings when life with a capital L comes at you. Crossing your arms, giving yourself that self hug. And if it's comfortable, squeeze, or rubbing your arms up and down feels really nurturing, maybe patting or tapping. One of the first things that ever happened to us once we were born is we got a big hug from mom or maybe the nurse. We felt this healing, nurturing touch, and we've been feeling it ever since. This is linked and anchored to warm, happy, cozy feelings. And so you can use this. Put this in your toolbox and allow that chemistry to start flowing in your brain. It's going to flow in your brain, enter the arteries of your brain, move down your neck into your heart, and then get pumped throughout your entire body. You're going to flood your body with the chemistry of happiness, joy, love, and deep connection just by doing this. And then the 1 of 3, 2, 1 reset, just 1 minute of quiet, inner stillness. If it's helpful, this doesn't have to be Zen meditation. If it's helpful, you can visualize a candle flame or a walk along a beach or a sunset. If you're an auditory person, maybe you hear the words rest and relax. If you're a kinesthetic learner, maybe you feel the air moving in and out of your nose. Now you can keep your eyes open. You can keep your eyes closed, whatever is best for you, whatever is comfortable. If you want to keep your eyes open, you just look straight ahead. Focus, like that kind of hazy focusing as the external world starts to kind of slow down and quiet down. You can just focus, or you can close your eyes, whatever you feel comfortable. So let's do this together right now. 3, 2, 1, reset. Finding that comfortable place to be, if that's in a chair or recliner or a couch. Breathing in slowly, easily, and gently. If it's comfortable for you, you can close your eyes. You can leave them open. Having a hazy defocusing as you staring straight ahead, allowing the external world to start to fade out a little bit, quiet down a bit. Breathing in slowly, easily, gently. That slow, deep breathing, sending a message to your nervous system, your subconscious mind, that you are safe. You can relax and move into calm, comfortable relaxation, feeling safe and secure. When you're ready, and cross your 2 arms in that bilateral stimulation, giving yourself a hug. We are human beings. We need this nurturing touch. And you are allowed to give it to yourself. You have the right, the power, and the ability to take care of yourself in this way. Just this touch, this feeling, even by giving it to yourself, starts the serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin to flow in your brain, moving into your arteries, down to your heart, and pumps it to every muscle, nerve, particle, fiber, every cell in your body, being flooded with this love, this joy, this happiness. Let's move into 1 minute of some quiet. Again, if it's helpful for you, you can visualize a sunset or candle flame. Hear the words rest, relax. Feel that air moving in and out of your nose or your lungs expanding and contracting. And when you're ready, you just return to the room you're in. Open your eyes if you have them closed, returning to being fully aware and alert, back up to conscious state, beta brainwave state. That is 3, 2, 1 reset. That's a great one to start your day with. You don't even have to get out of bed to do that one. You can be lying on your bed, even on your side, giving yourself a self hug, head still on the pillow. Imagine starting your day, flooding your body with the feeling of joy and happiness and love. Imagine going to bed with that feeling state, that chemistry steeping, marinating your cells and body in 8 hours of love, joy, happiness. I'm going to show you another process. Now, this meditation is a really powerful technique. It'll help you create an inner resourceful, and resilient environment. It'll allow you to shift from a stressed out mode and find that inner peace and calm. And what we're going to be doing is similar to the one we just did, only we're going to concentrate on the heart, bring coherence between your heart and your brain. It's just 3 simple steps we're going to do right now. You can do this wherever you are. Independently, each of the following 3 steps sends a signal to your body to move into the relaxation response, the parasympathetic nervous system. Combined, these 3 steps create an experience of natural inner harmony that has existed in our body since our earlier days, since we were born, that ease and that freedom. So whenever you walk down the street or bring a spoon to your mouth, you're firing neurons in your brain. Brain cells are firing little electrical pulses. These little electrical pulses, they form networks, these neural pathways that create habitual responses, because if you fire them over and over again, they wire together in a strong, fast network. And so things like walking or bringing your spoon to mouth, you don't have to think about anymore because they're a habit. Now, you fire neurons like this not only when you perform an action like walking or bringing a spoon to your mouth, but also when you think a thought or feel an emotion. Think that thought often enough, feel those emotions over and over again, and those neurons can link together in a neural pathway. And that thought, that emotion, to become an automatic habit. Automatically, that's the default setting. Automatically anger, automatically moving into anxiety or stress. Now, what's fascinating is these electrical pulses create an electromagnetic field, a field that can be measured about 1 inch off your head. Now, you have about 100 billion neurons in your brain, neurons that think, feel, and remember. Now, in 1991, a team of scientists at the University of Montreal discovered about 40,000 specialized neurons called sensory neurites that form a communication network within the heart itself. And this is where the research specialty of neurocardiology was born. These brain cells in the heart think, learn, remember, and feel independently of the brain. Now, by doing this heart coherence meditation, there are numerous benefits. Not only are you helping create this inner environment for healing and harmony and homeostasis and well-being, but it lowers your blood pressure. It improves your nervous system and hormonal balance. It improves brain function. You can help prevent stressful patterns that occur in our life by refocusing your reticular activating system. You can increase mental clarity. This is 30 years of research showing this. It strengthens your immune system. By doing this 5-minute meditative exercise, you can strengthen your immune system by turning on 1,300 different processes like creating DHEA and hormones to boost your immune system. What's really fascinating about this is because you're firing literal little electrical pulses in your heart, because you have neurons in your heart. It's firing little electrical pulses. You're creating an electromagnetic field around your heart, but it can be measured 3 to 5 feet away from your body. So you're when you extend your arms, that's, I don't know, depending on your arm, but that's about 3 feet or so. So it extends farther than this, all the way around your body. And one study even showed 8 feet away from the body. It may just be limitations of the equipment. Now, this is one of the, if you're fascinated by the science of this, and one of the links you'll see in the chat room, um, and will be emailed to you. There's a lot more science. This is 30 years of science, and I only have a few minutes. But let's do this process now. Heart-brain coherence. This was developed by HeartMath, a research institute that came about 30 years ago, specifically to study the phenomenon of neurons in the heart. Step 1 of this 3-step process: slow, steady, calm breathing. We've already done that. Super simple. Step 2, we're going to focus on your heart. Put all your attention, your imagination, your awareness onto your heart. And if it's helpful, you can even place your hand there. Third step, you're going to bring in the feeling state of caring, compassion, and then gratitude and appreciation. That's it. Super simple. So let's do this together. So once again, we're going to start with slow, easy, gentle, deep breathing. If it's comfortable for you, you can close your eyes or you can allow them to remain open, focusing at a point right in front of you as the external world around you fades out. Volume gets turned down as you breathe in slowly, easily, gently. Once again, that slow, easy, gentle, deep breathing, signaling your subconscious mind that you are safe. Focusing your attention on your heart now. If it's helpful and it feels comfortable, you can even place your hand on your heart. Where you feel that touch, your attention goes. You can keep your hand there, or you could just tap it. Bringing your full attention, your full awareness to your heart. Imagine breathing in and out of your heart. And now bring in the feeling state of caring and compassion. And if it's helpful, imagine another person in your life that you care for, that you feel compassion for deeply. Maybe that person's in your life today. Maybe it's a person from long ago. Maybe there's an animal in your life, a pet in your life that you care for, that you feel compassion for. I recently saw a video of a baby elephant, and I've been using that imagery, that video in my imagination to tap into that feeling state of caring compassion. Maybe there's a person from history you've never met that you feel deeply for, that you feel caring and compassion for. Allow it to easily and effortlessly flow throughout your entire body, deep feelings of caring and compassion. And now on top of that, Bring in the feeling state of gratitude and appreciation. Again, if it's helpful for you, visualize another person in your life you're so grateful for. Maybe a person in your life today, maybe from long ago. Maybe that person from history that you've never met but inspires you so much. Maybe that pet in your life that shows you that unconditional love you're so grateful for. Maybe a trip you took or a dinner with friends. Maybe a piece of advice someone gave you long ago that really opened your mind to new ways of thinking and being. Deep feelings of gratitude and appreciation filling you now. And now, on top of that, bring into your awareness a time when you just laughed so hard. Maybe something a friend said that just made you laugh to the point where you couldn't even catch your breath. Your sides hurt. You had tears coming out of your eyes. Maybe something you said. Maybe a movie you're watching. Maybe something at a comedy club. Bring into your attention, your awareness. Go back to a time when you just laughed so hard. That smile on your face was so big. Your gut hurt. You were laughing so hard. You were shaking so hard from the laughter. Feeling so good. Feel that joy and that happiness now. Laughing so hard over something so funny, so silly. And when you're ready, just return to the room you're in. If your eyes are closed, open them back up, returning to being fully aware and alert. Feeling absolutely brand new. Here's the big mind hack. Mind can't tell the difference between what is real and what's imagined. So you have a choice. You can imagine that stressful, angry event, or you can choose a loving, joyful, grateful, something that made you laugh. This is why every Olympic athlete mentally rehearses. So an Olympic athlete will practice their event, swimming, running, gymnastics, and then they'll sit in a recliner and they'll mentally rehearse that event. They'll mentally rehearse leaving the starting gate, if you will, 300th of a second before all the other swimmers or all the other runners. They'll mentally rehearse crossing the finish line before everybody else. They'll mentally rehearse sticking the dismount of the parallel bars, because just imagining that fires neurons in the same part of the brain as they're actually doing it. You can take advantage of that. Now, here's what I tell everybody. This is the biggest mind hack you're going to hear tonight. As you're falling asleep, our minds have a tendency to ruminate about things that have gone wrong because it's trying to learn from them. It doesn't want to repeat that again. It wants to keep you safe from traumatic things. So I'll actually start to kind of replay them, to learn from them, to find where maybe we could deviate and have a more positive outcome. And whether that's something from the past that happened, or you're starting to fear and be anxious about something in the future that hasn't happened yet. The mind can't tell the difference between what's real and what's imagined. Your future thinking of that fearful, anxious thing, that event that may be coming up. And since the mind can't tell the difference between what's real and what's imagined, if you're thinking of that stressful event, you are literally creating the chemical state of stress and fear within your body, creating that adrenaline, that cortisol flowing through your body as you're trying to go to sleep. And if you're having trouble sleeping, and yes, of course, there's issues with side effects of medication or illness, thyroid, menopause. I turned 50 and all of a sudden my body loves creating cortisol in the middle afternoon, too late for it to burn off, and it'll override the melatonin. and I'll have a hard time sleeping, so I have to take these supplements. But one issue with not being able to fall asleep or waking up after a couple hours is because there's too much cortisol in the body. Your body feels unsafe being asleep. How about this? 3-2-1 reset, straight into heart coherence. Now you have flooded your body with serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin, of gratitude, of joy, of happiness, of compassion and caring. And then, since the mind can't tell the difference between what's real and what's imagined, future think of the success you want to have next week, next month, next year. Visualize yourself walking down a beach on a vacation you took that was so much fun. Visualize yourself drinking a cup of coffee in a cafe in Paris. The mind can't tell the difference whether you're lying in bed in Flagstaff, Arizona, or Phoenix, Arizona, or sipping a cup of coffee in Paris. You can use this to your advantage. And instead of marinating your body in adrenaline and cortisol because you're fearing the future or angry and upset about the past, you can create that that cortisol. There I go again. You can create that serotonin, oxytocin, that dopamine, the chemicals of happiness, of joy, of love. Steep your body in that for 8 hours. And what about if you were to make a commitment to doing that for the next 2 weeks, to March 1st, to maybe June 1st, to maybe January 1st? Where do you think you're going to be? Because every time you're doing something like that and you're practicing that over and over again, just like learning to walk, learning to drive a stick shift, learning to ride a bike, you're firing neurons and wiring them in a pattern. The more you practice that, the stronger and faster that gets. And now this becomes the default. Heart coherence, creating that serotonin, dopamine. The default becomes happiness and joy. And while maybe this resourceful state doesn't actually solve the problems of life with a capital L or of the problems of the world around you, it allows you to come at them in a more resilient state and more resourceful state instead of from fear and anger. So practice these 5 minutes to do either one of those. Put them together. What I do, let me show you this real quick. Then we're going to do one more exercise. And if I talk fast enough, maybe we'll end right on time. 3-2-1 reset. 3 deep breaths in, 2 arms, creating that self-hug, 1 minute of quiet, and then I continue on. And I just move my hand to my heart, creating that caring and compassion, that gratitude. I can bring in anything I want: joy, happiness, success, confidence, smiling, laughing. And then I start thinking of future Craig, the health I want, the success I want, the relationships I want. Because now I'm focusing my reticular activating system to solve the problem of future Craig or the task of future Craig. And instead of looking for a Prius, I'm going to look for a Jeep. Instead of looking for everything that's going wrong with my day, I'm going to look for everything that's going right with my day. I get to choose. I don't have to just use the default settings of my old programming from when I was growing up. I can choose how I want to feel and be. Does it take some effort? Absolutely it does. Anything worthwhile is going to take some effort. Just like learning to walk. Watch a 12-month-old learning to walk. It's very difficult, but now you don't have to think about it. All right, so we're going to do one more process. This is going to take about 10 minutes. We're going to anchor confidence and success to you. We're going to bring in the feeling state of confidence and success. We're going to anchor it to this pressing your finger and thumb together. We're going to do it on the right hand if that feels comfortable for you, because the right side of the body is controlled by the left side of the brain. So now we're signaling the logical side of the brain to be confident and successful. We're going to anchor that. So now, just like this self-hug, because you've been practicing that since you were born, and now the body knows to create that loving, joyful feeling, we're going to anchor this so that when you press this together in that meeting, while you're hanging out with friends or family, You press that and that feeling state will come right back to you. So let's do this right now. We'll do one more meditative exercise, and then we can do some questions and answers. Questions and answers. Question and answer time. So once again, getting comfortable, however that is for you, if that's in a recliner on the couch or the bed, or just lying on the floor, getting comfortable in that chair. Breathing in slowly and easily, feeling that air moving in and out of your nose. If you're comfortable, you can close your eyes or you can leave them open. Just allowing your eyes to kind of focus straight ahead, allowing the external world to fade away as you move into that deep inner stillness, that deep relaxation, your hypnosis. Alpha and theta brainwave state. Feeling that relaxation move from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, that deep rest flowing all over. You feel your muscles becoming loose and limp, relaxing more and more now. And in your mind's eye, say to yourself, I feel completely relaxed and in control. I feel completely relaxed and in control. And now with your imagination, think back to a time when you were successful at your activities. Think back to a time when you reached and exceeded your personal performance expectations. Think back to a time when you reached your goals at a really high level of success. Perhaps everyone cheered for you because you did so well. It was one of the happiest times for you. You felt in control. You felt confident in your actions. You felt happy and excited. You knew what to do, how to do it, and you did it well. In your mind's eye, in your imagination, say to yourself, I know what confidence is. I know what confidence is. And in your mind, recreate the very emotions you felt at the time. Step into that experience. Re-experience the power you felt, the success you achieved, and the excitement of the moment. See what you saw, hear what you heard, feel all those good feelings. Allow those feelings to flow through you now, easily and effortlessly. And as you're feeling that success, that confidence, that excitement, that joy of reaching and achieving your goals, press your finger and thumb together. Feeling your finger and thumb pressed together links these wonderful feelings of confidence and success to you now. This anchors your feelings of confidence and success to you now. Say to yourself, I feel confident and successful. I feel confident and successful. And you created this imagery. You created this emotional state, and with your thoughts and emotions, we create reality. You can press your finger and thumb together anytime you like, and this feeling of confidence and success and joy and excitement comes right back to you for the rest of your life. From this point forward, when you press your finger and thumb together, you will instantly begin to feel confident and successful, just as you have felt before when you performed so well. And sometimes when I'm teaching people these skills, they think that the feeling of confidence and success that they've been able to increase is only temporary or only exists for the length of the session we're doing. However, this is not true. You can easily and effortlessly create the experience of confidence and success anytime. In fact, you can even do it again right now. So move your finger and thumb apart, break apart your finger and thumb, and without moving your head, keeping your head still. And if your eyes are closed, you can keep your eyes closed. Look up, look down, look to the left, look to the right. Now look straight ahead. And visualize that successful event again. Feel that confidence and success and excitement. Return to that event. See what you saw, hear what you heard. And now press that finger and thumb together and feel that confidence and success increase even more strongly as you anchor this feeling state to your finger and thumb pressing together. Recreate the very emotions that you felt at the time. Step into that experience. Re-experience the power you felt, the success you achieved, and the excitement of the moment. See what you saw, hear what you heard, feel all those good feelings. Allow yourself to feel those feelings again now. And say to yourself in your mind's eye, I am confident and successful. I am confident and successful. I am confident and successful. You have the ability to recreate the feelings you have now just by closing your eyes or gazing, focusing on a spot just outside of your visual stimulus. And by pressing your finger and thumb together, you feel the success and confidence come right back and flood your body. Every cell, muscle, particle, and fiber of your body filled with a feeling of confidence and success. And you will find that in the mornings, you will press your finger and thumb together and easily and effortlessly increase your feelings of confidence and success throughout your day. And you can carry this positive feeling throughout all the tasks that each day brings, feeling absolutely brand new. And from this point forward, anytime you begin to feel anxiety, worry, stress, fear about your abilities, about your day, about your tasks, you can simply press your finger and thumb together, and those worries and stressors will simply melt away, leaving you feeling confident, successful, and refreshed. You have confidence in your ability to succeed with every move you make. And when you press your finger and thumb together, you will be able to take consistent action to achieve your personal performance goals. Say to yourself, I have the confidence to succeed. I have the confidence to succeed. I have the confidence to succeed. And as you become aware of this confidence within, you will feel more confident and successful more and more each and every day. I'm just going to give you another moment to experience this amazing feeling of confidence and success. And whatever else you need to experience at this time, joy, happiness, strength, power, and freedom. Feeling this peace and this serenity, this compassion, this caring, this gratitude, appreciation, confidence, and success moving through you now. Realize your subconscious mind has made all these changes now on a molecular, cellular, neuron level. And that will allow you to live in this freedom and peace forever. You're aware now that your subconscious mind has made all these changes at a molecular, cellular, neuron level. And that will allow you to live in this freedom and peace forever. And only when your subconscious mind knows and has made all these changes now and allows the conscious mind to accept that the changes have been made now, only then will you open up your eyes and return to being fully aware and alert. living in freedom and joy, feeling free and at peace in every way. Increasing your feelings of confidence, success, and joy more and more easily and effortlessly each and every day. Feeling absolutely brand new. So go ahead and take your time. Only as quickly as the subconscious mind knows it has made all these changes at a molecular, cellular, neuron level, and only after the conscious mind accepts that the changes have been made. Only then will your eyes be able to open. Only then will you return to being fully aware and alert, living in true health and joy, feeling free and at peace in every way, increasing your feelings of confidence, success, and joy more and more easily and effortlessly each and every day, feeling absolutely brand new. So go ahead and take your time, do it thoroughly. And when you're ready to start a brand new chapter in a brand new life, when your subconscious and conscious minds know and accept all these changes have been made, allow yourself to return to being fully aware and alert. You can open up your eyes if they're closed, return to being fully aware and alert, feeling absolutely on top of the world. As you're returning to being fully aware and alert, these are exercises you can take with you at any point in your day. Those first few I showed you, the 3, 2, 1 reset to heart coherence, 5 minutes. And if you only take one thing away from this class, as you're falling asleep at night, make sure you're in a resourceful state. Steep the cells of your body, the 1 trillion cells in your body, steep them in a marinade of happiness and joy. You can make that choice. Does this take a little effort? Does life kind of kick you in the stomach here and there? Absolutely. But you don't have to fall to the default settings. You can change them and become a new you. You are not the same person you were an hour ago. Just in and of itself, you have lost about 1 million cells and created new cells. And as these new cells have been created over this last hour, they have been steeped in caring, compassion, joy, happiness, success, and confidence. And those cells will divide, and those cells will divide. You are not the same person. What I like to say, tell people is that the analogy of the telephone operator. If you remember back in the movies from the 1940s, TV shows from the 1950s, if you saw a telephone operator, she had this big bank of cords and plugs. She had a big headset on. She had one number it plays, and she would unplug here, and somehow she would know to plug in over there and connect the call, reconnecting all the time. That's what we're doing here. And the more you practice, the faster and stronger this pattern that we've just developed. You know what confidence is. You know what success is. We just dusted off that neural pathway. The more you practice, the stronger it gets. And the more you practice the finger and thumb, the stronger that gets. So you just sit in a meeting and do this. That's why I like doing this. You just have that on the desk. Nobody knows you're doing it. So look at that. 1 minute before end time. So we can do some questions and answers. I can look at chat room and things. But Megan, if you need to do any announcements, now I guess would be a good time before we officially end, I guess.
I just so everyone knows, we did record this. I did get a question about whether or not this video can be shared with others. Please do share it. I'll be sure to send out the direct link to this recording when it becomes available, which will probably happen early next week. Craig, wow, that was, holy cow, that was awesome. I'm literally sitting here and I was like, I hope no one is typing in the chat box right now because my eyes are closed and I'm in my zone right now. This has been, what a wonderful way to close out the evening.
I'm glad you say that you're in the zone, because you're allowed to do that anytime you want. Sometimes we feel that if we sink into that focused anger, if you will, that somehow we score more points, or that we wear it as a badge of honor of how bad our day went. You don't have to live life like that. You can change. And it's through doing these exercises over and over and putting yourself in the zone over and over again. that now that becomes your new state of being. That becomes the default. Imagine doing this for a month, just 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night as you're falling asleep. Imagine how that's going to start creating new neural pathways, and your new state of being is going to be to finding that happiness and joy easier and easier during your day. So this is the mind hack, and that was Megan's title, and I've been loving that title ever since, because you truly can find ways of creating this neurochemistry which floods your body and takes you out of stress response, puts you in a more resilient and a more resourceful state, and we need that right now more than ever. So this is how problems get solved. Problems of life, problems of family, problems of business, but problems of the world too. So that's how it gets done. Gotta practice.
This has been wonderful.
Yeah.
And so everybody knows, I always like to make sure I point out that the reason why this was a free lecture is because Craig gave his time to present to us tonight. So we are so incredibly grateful for your time and for your expertise. This has been just fabulous. And thank you to Sarah and Tara, our wonderful ASL interpreters. They've kept up with all of the technical jargon the whole way through, and I am beyond impressed. And I think I don't see any questions anywhere, so I think we're going to go ahead and sign off. We will send out an email with all the resources that Craig has provided us, and thank you all for joining us tonight. I hope you have a restful, wonderful Thursday night, a great weekend, and yeah, good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.